Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello my Dotty family and welcome to my channel. Come and join me on this magical journey through the world of dot art. My name is Zelda from the Faerie realm and today we're going to be painting my stencils. So you guys can follow this with your own colors as per usual. I'm going to be using the following color palette. So for the one stencil I'm going to be using these 4 colors, and then for the other stencil I'm going to be using these 4 colors. And I think we should keep both of them to color 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you can follow with your own colors. So I've got color 1 is champagne, color 2 is lavender, color 3 is purple, and color 4 is violet. And then for the other stencil, color 1 would be sterling silver, color 2 would be wave blue, color 3 would be clear blue, and color 4 would be mid blue. So my plan for these stencils are to get the Faerie Realm logo to stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint everything white. So all of the branding I'm going to do in white. And then with a sponge on top, I'm just going to tap softly so that I can make sure that the logo stays behind. And I'm going to do the same thing with the numbers for each one. And I'll paint the whole thing black after that, front and back. I'm starting with the uneven number stencil, so 3 all the way up to 19, and then I want all of these holes to stand out. So I was thinking to highlight them with the champagne color. So we're going to go with the champagne and then the purples, but I'm going to start off with color 1 first, and then I'm going to use my 5mm tool. So start from the inside, because then you don't have to reach over your work and then smudge it. So let's do that one. Let's see. I actually think I want to make this a bit bigger, so I'm going to jump to the 6mm instead. And I think that looks a little bit better. Kind of hard to line it up with a whole 100%, but it looks like it's working. So I'm going to continue this in Supergirl mode. Okay, so that was a little bit more challenging than I anticipated because lining up the hole with the tool was a little bit of a challenge. So I think I'm going to touch it up a little bit later just to round them off a little bit better. But we're going to continue. So I'm going to grab color number 1 and then my 4mm tool for the inside circle. I'm just going to work my way around, staying inside the circle lines. And I'm going to continue the rest in Supergirl mode. Supergirl mode! I'm going to start with the next circle, still sticking to my 4mm tool. So you have to kind of plan the spacing a little bit, especially when you get to the end. So it's easy to just start at one end and then work your way all the way through. But before you get to the end of this side, you need to plan and see how many dots you can get in there by spacing them out so that it looks like they just fit in there automatically. So like here, I can probably get, this is a tough one, I'll probably get 2 more in there. I'm just going to space them out enough. Okay. So that gives me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a section like this. I'm going to do the rest in Supergirl mode. So here we go. Supergirl mode. Continuing with the same size, it looks like I'll be able to fit in about 6 in here. So let's have a look at that. Five, 6, okay, maybe 7. Actually a definite 7. And then I'm just going to continue that all around in Supergirl mode. So I would like my colors to flow from light to dark and then flow back from dark to light. So instead of going with color 1 next, I'm going to go back to color number 2. Sticking with the 4mm, I think I'm going to stick with the 4mm throughout the circle pieces. So I'm not going to change size at all. And then let's see how many we can fit in here. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but in Supergirl mode, the number takes up the space of an extra dot. So just compensate for that as you go along, and just leave enough space there so as if there was a dot in there. Okay, we're going back to Supergirl mode. Yay! Okay, so we're going to go back to color number 2. to get this to flow, and then let's see how many fits into this row. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great, so I'm going to complete that all the way around, typical mode. I'm telling you guys, spacing with this stencil is tricky. Very, very, very tricky. But anyway, we are going to persist. Next, I'm going back to color number 3. And it looks like we'll fit 4 in here. I think 5 is going to be a little bit too tight. But then with 4, we need quite generous spacing. 2, 3. I just have to remember the generous spacing because I'm so used to compressing things. Or do you guys think if I compress that more, then I'll maybe get 5 in there? Okay, let me try the next piece, and if I can, then I'm going to just clean that up. But let's see. Also, I'm going to stick to 4. 1, 2, 3. I can get 5 in. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this up. Don't touch the next row. Don't do it. Right. Just going to paint that black. Like it never happened. Nobody will know, even though it's on YouTube. Nobody will know. Alright. I'm going to go around and do the rest in typical mode. Moving on to the next row, which is the 15 section row, and color number 4. So I think we're only going to get 4 in here, but I'm going to leave some generous spacing just to make sure we fill it all out like that. I'm going to do that all the way around again in typical mode. Okay, next row in line, we're going to be using color number 3, and I think we'll be able to fit in 4 here with tight spacing. So let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, still a bit of generous spacing there, but they do fit in. And then I'm going to do that all the way around again in typical mode. Okay, last row. Should we see if we can fit another 4 in here? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 with super tight spacing. So just be aware of that, and then I'm going to do this all around in typical mode. I will see you guys in part 2 for the rest of the stencil.
Every single day